You've probably seen variations of this team all around YouTube because of the transfer cards, but now we also have the upgraded cards, and I wanted to build this sweaty team for myself and give you guys my thoughts on how it plays. So I went with the 4-3-3 formation with the cam because I think, and a lot of other people have agreed, that this is the most offensive formation in the game right now, maybe paired up with the 4-3-1-2, but I went with this one, and let's see who I picked for each position. So in goal I went with Handanovic. He is well known since last year for being one of the most OP keepers in the game. I'll give you my thoughts on him. Also, this is the upgraded Handanovic as well, so even more expectations for him. But we move into the defense, and we start off with the right center back spot, which is occupied by Giorgio Chiellini. He's not upgraded, but he is definitely in my top 5 all-time Ultimate Team defenders. He's always really solid, so definitely should perform really well, but I'll tell you my thoughts on the gameplay section. But his partner in crime will be Barzagli from Juventus as well. Now here's the thing about Barzagli. Last year he had everything except pace, which was a problem because it always is a problem in Ultimate Team, especially when defending pace. And but this year he has had a quite substantial pace upgrade, which means he is now a complete center back, and he is a perfect link up with Chiellini. So definitely a lot of expectation from both center backs, and I'll tell you again my thoughts on that as we go into the first fullback position. On the right back we have Abate. Now this guy used to be my favorite right back in the whole game, but this year he has been downgraded to a silver, and I have used him this year already, so I can tell you that he's not as good as he used to be. This year I would say Kyle Walker is my new favorite right back, and his partner on that, well, it's not his partner, but the other fullback will be Armero. Now another one who was a goal last year but has been downgraded to a silver. Now he's always been a solid one for me, regardless if he played left back or left mid, because he has had quite a few left mid position cards. But it doesn't matter. I was pretty satisfied with what my defense looked like as we go into the midfield. And the first midfielder we have is upgraded Paul Pogba. Now this guy is a sensation in real life, and he's also a beast in Ultimate Team. At least he was for me last year. I didn't get to play with him this year yet, and now I'm using his upgraded car, so definitely high expectations from Pogba. But on the other side of the midfield, we have Guarin, Freddy Guarin. Now this one is always a very underrated and underused player. One of the most rounded cards you'll see in Ultimate Team. Haven't used him at all in FIFA 15. Definitely looking forward to seeing what he's all about. But we do complete the midfield with the cam spot. Now, it might surprise some of you that I picked this guy, but I'll explain why. It is Sebastian Giovinco. Now this is his Juventus card. He has been transferred to Toronto FC in the MLS in the United States, but obviously I need him for my Serie A team, and I've always been a fan of Giovinco. In FIFA 13 he was an animal for me because that game was heavily about pace, and then in FIFA 14 when they introduced strength as a factor, Giovinco was kinda iffy, but now I think the FIFA 15 has a better balance of strength and pace, and obviously pace is very good paired up with dribbling, and Giovinco does have dribbling. So that's my midfield right there. And as we go into the attack, on the right side we have, you know who it is Victor Ibarbo, his upgraded 78 Roma right wing card. I have used Ibarbo before in this game, and he was not as good by far as he was in FIFA 14, where he was just the most OP player in my opinion. But this is his upgraded card now. Maybe they've increased his shooting and all the other stats that I feel he lacked from last year, so I'll tell you how he played. But on the left wing spot we have someone that I was not really looking forward to using because I thought he was just pace. It is Gervinho. I heard from a lot of people that he can only run, but he can shoot, he can pass, and his dribblings should also be decent. But I went with that, and I thought that he was going to be the weak link in attack, but I'll tell you what he turned out playing like as we complete the team with the last one. You know who it is Seydou Doumbia. He was transferred to Roma, so now we have a full Roma attack. Giovinco, I was gonna say Gervinho, Doumbia, and Ibarbo. Now Doumbia has the most one of the most complete cards in-game stats wise, especially for a striker, even heading, even though he's not too tall, but he has blistering pace, good dribbling, good finishing, good shooting, even good passing. He has decent passing. But that is the team right there, and we are going to go into the clips, and I'll tell you exactly what I make of this team. So into the gameplay we go, and we're going to analyze our team starting from the goalkeeper. So Handanovic, I felt he was a good keeper, but he saved me quite a few occasions, but he also made me concede quite a few rebound goals, which usually means their handling is a bit off, and you will see on his card that his reflexes are higher than his handling, which means he reacts well, but he palms it right in the path of the other striker charging in. So I did concede quite a few goals like that, and you'll see a cracker of a goal that that he conceded against Ibrahimovic. Nothing you can do about that, but as opposed to someone like Courtois, who I feel is quality, Courtois has saved me more times than I can count, but Handanovic sometimes has good games, sometimes has really bad games, which is why I gave him a 4-star rating, just one off from that perfect goalkeeper rating. And now we are going to analyze the defense. Now, I felt like the defense was the best in this team. Like Chiellini always score. You'll see quite a few header goals from corners because Chiellini just outjumps everyone and he's so strong. And Barzagli, like I said in the first part when I was putting them in, Barzagli is a quality center back in this game. He has pace, strength, tackling, positioning, hot work rates even. He's just amazing. And the fullbacks, I love the fullbacks because they have so much pace. They can track back, but they also start the attack by running forward, and their dribbling is also pretty damn decent. But I gave the defense a 5-star rating because I felt it was just the best defense you can ask for. The rest depends on how well you are at how good you are at defending, how well you defend. But 5-star rating for the defense as we go into the midfield. Now with the midfield, who I loved the most was Giovinco. Now other than his strength, which is expected, he gets bullied so easily. But other than that, his passing is really good. From corners, he got a lot of assists in this team, but also his shooting, not more like his direct shooting, not as much, but his set pieces. He scored several free kicks for me, but I only have one in the clips because some files have been corrupted, and that was my fault anyway. But Giovinco is a quality player, good dribbling, good pace. Other than his strength, he has no weaknesses in this game. And also for his free kicks, it's good that he has high curve, high free kick accuracy, but low shot power, which means you have less of a error margin when or more. I don't know how I should say this, but basically what I'm trying to say is that you can apply more power. You can overpower a shot in the free kick and it will still be on target because his shot power isn't that high. But Guarin was really good as well. Pogba, I was a little bit disappointed with him. That's the only reason I gave the midfield a 4-star rating, because Pogba, I think I just expected a lot more of him. He wasn't bad at all. You see in the clips that he has always been involved in the attacks, and he got quite a few assists. I think the most assists in this team actually. But again, I think I had way too high expectations from Pogba. But the midfield does get a 4-star rating out of 5. And we go into the attack. Now, the attack, this is where I was most surprised. Because Gervinho, the one that I said that I was not looking forward to using. Because people say that he's one-sided. He can only dribble and run forward. But he was the best player in the attack for me. Gervinho was on fire. He got a hat-trick in the first match I played with this team, but I don't think I have the footage anymore. But you will see quite a few Gervinho goals and just Gervinho dribbles and runs and assists. And Doumbia, I was disappointed with, to be honest. He got to the most goals in this team because he's a striker and because he is a poacher. But after the first 10 games, Gervinho had more goals than Doumbia. But then in the last 2 games that I played with this team, because I saw that some files were corrupted, Doumbia overtook Gervinho's goal record. And the Ibarba, to be honest, he is still bad for me. He didn't do much of anything. He did contribute to the team and he does have pace going forward. But the upgrade is for his shooting. It is barely noticeable. His shooting, I felt it wasn't as good as I was expecting. But the attack gets a 3.5 rating. Because Doumbia was a little bit bad and Ibarba wasn't anything special, but Gervinho was just amazing. And that was the clips for the team. Now we see the goals and assists that each player has gotten. You'll notice that the goals especially are kind of spread throughout the attack and the midfield, which means it's not just the striker that scores this goal in this team, it's mostly Gervinho and everybody else. It's just a good balance in the attack. But my overall thoughts for this team, it is good. But don't expect to win games easily just because you have an OP team. I did have to struggle quite a few times. I did beat quite a few really good teams with Robben, Ibrahimovic, and Ribéry. But in the end, still you have to really play hard, play well because your players do feel the rating that they have. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and if you like this type of squad builders that I'm doing, you can feel free to send me your teams and I will play with it, because I'm really looking forward to playing with different teams in Ultimate Team now. It's a new pleasure of mine apparently. But yeah, you can leave me your teams, either the full head links, or you can just write the team in the comments below. But I've been Shade again. Leave a like if you did. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.